Serena and Venus Williams, their close relationship and competitive past. Unnaturally gifted, unapologetically black athletes who won Wimbledon and the US Open arrived like an earthquake shaking the country club atmosphere of tennis. It is true that Venus and Serena Williams have radically altered the face of the sport, but they have also remained steadfast in their unwavering love and devotion for one another. This sisterly love has sustained them through personal struggles as well as public humiliations and countless heated on-court battles for bragging rights. Much has been said about the girls' unconventional entry into tennis thanks to their father Richard. As soon as he realized how much money was to be made in the sport, he taught himself, his wife, and their 3 older daughters how to play, and in the 1980s, he won a Grand Slam title with Venus and Serena Williams on the courts of Compton, California. Venus and Serena quickly rose to prominence as tennis prodigies, largely thanks to their older sister's astounding feats. At age 11, Venus was already smashing the ball at speeds of nearly 100 miles per hour, and the following year she went unbeaten in 63 USTA sectional matches. When Serena was younger, she was winning at a similar rate, but her primary goal was to copy her older sister. 2 14-year-old tennis prodigies were reshaping the sport in the late 1990s with their ferociously powerful ground strokes and confident statements. When Venus reached the US Open final in 1997 at the age of 17, it set the tone for the rest of her career, and when she beat her sister in the Lipton Championships final in 1999, they went on to win their first of 14 Grand Slam doubles titles together. It was really just a couple of adolescent girls getting their bearings in a new world of increasing fame and fortune behind the scenes. By the end of 1998, they had bought a house together in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, where the Tennis Monthly Recap newsletter was born, which featured articles about the women's tennis professional players. Serena Williams won a Grand Slam singles title at the 1999 US Open. She couldn't help but be gloomy as she watched her younger sister's victory from the stands. It was in 2000, when Venus decided to play her own game and restore the natural pecking order in her family by winning Wimbledon and the US Open singles championships. Defeating Serena Williams in the following year's US Open final, she was left torn between her challenging and familial instincts as she went on to win her second straight major. Before their 2001 US Open showdown, the Williams sisters weren't exactly household names in women's tennis. Between 2005 and 2010, the Williams sisters won a combined 16 Grand Slam singles and doubles titles. As a result, they were able to capitalize on their status as sport's most famous siblings. In addition to publishing Venus and Serena together, in 2009, they bought a share of the Miami Dolphins, becoming the first female African American owners of an NFL team since serving from the hip in 2005. The public viewed Venus and Serena as 2 tough sisters who loved to show off their style on the court, but each was developing her own unique identity as she grew up and pursued her own interests. Venus rose to prominence as a leading advocate for gender parity in professional sports. It was Serena's romances with Hollywood producer Brett Ratner and rapper Common that made her a pop culture icon. With Patrick Mouratoglou, Serena left her family's tight-knit circle of support in 2012. The following year, she made the decision to leave the house she had shared with Venus for so long. Her appearance at Indian Wells in 2015 was the first time she had been there since the ugly events of 2001. In 2011, both Serena and Venus were sidelined by debilitating illnesses, Serena with a pulmonary embolism and hematoma and Venus with Sjogren's syndrome, but the sisters' bond remained unbroken as they pursued their own paths. Richard Williams had been right all along about his daughter's championship potential, and by that point, it was crystal clear. In the 2010s, Venus fell out of the top 10 while Serena continued to break records, including winning her 23rd Grand Slam singles title at the 2017 Australian Open. Despite the many changes in their personal lives, their relationship remained essentially unchanged. Upon the birth of her daughter Olympia in 2017, Serena waxed lyrical in an interview with Today about her Aunt Venus's abilities as a parent figure. For her South Florida home with her husband and daughter, Serena hired her big sister's interior design firm, V-Star. The coronavirus pandemic occurred at the same time as everyone's lives were turned upside down.